Sixth, we must make our goods and services globally competitive. As such, the next administration must put a very sharp focus on lowering the costs of doing business in our country. Earlier, I already spoke of lowering the costs of food, labor, and transportation. Now we must focus on lowering the cost of doing business in the Philippines. This can be done through the following. First, lower the cost of energy. We must and we can do this by making sure that we complete the privatization of all Napocor generating plants and PPA contracts. As of today, it only stands at 40%. It is unconscionable that government charges more royalty for our own indigenous source of energy in terms of natural gas at the rate of 1.46 pesos per kilowatt hour, while we are simply charging 17 centavos per kilowatt hour on imported coal, which we use for our energy requirements. We should consider lowering our income tax rates equal or comparable to that of Hong Kong or Vietnam or Thailand. One of the major reasons why many locators do not like the Philippines is because they have to pay their executives more takeout to equalize their take-home pay. For example, Hong Kong has a tax rate of 17%, while our marginal income tax rate is at 32%. Lastly, we must focus on lowering bureaucratic costs. This may also be termed as under-the-table payments. Most business executives accept that bribes and grease money are costs of doing business in soft states like the Philippines. You bring in a container, you pay 200,000 but get a receipt only for 60,000 pesos, and 140,000 goes to the pockets of corrupt customs officials. We signed a contract for a North Rail project that costs 17 million per kilometer, while the equivalent in Shanghai costs only 7 million per kilometer. Kakaiba ang korupsyon sa ating bansa. Dahil dito, binigyan mo na ang kalihim, ang assistant ng kalihim, ang secretary ng kalihim, ang asawa ng kalihim, ang kabit ng kalihim, ang driver ng kalihim, ang katulong at kapitbahay ng kalihim. Pero matapos mo silang bigyan lahat at regaluhan sa birthday, pagkatapos, hindi ka pa rin sigurado kung makukuha mo ang gusto mo. Dito sa ating bansa, kakaiba ang korupsyon dahil liliko at liliko ang mga opisyal ng pamahalaan ng kaliwa, maski alam nilang mali, dahil mas malaki ang alok doon, kesa lumiko sila ng kanan at sabihin nilang thank you kapag kami nagpasalamat sa kanila, o you're welcome kapag kami nagpasalamat sa kanila. All shenanigans insofar as bad governance and corruption is concerned must be addressed and addressed squarely by the next administration and can no longer be ignored in any SONA that the next president will be delivering at the beginning and tail end of his and her term. His or her term. These are 6 priority areas, but that does not mean to say that we should not also focus on the environment and tourism. The former will guarantee a healthier life for future generations and uphold the principle of stewardship. That we are merely caretakers of the world which we presently inhabit, and we must hand on to our children and future generations the land and waters in as good as a condition that we inherited it from our fathers. Tourism, on the other hand, is an economic activity that leverages on the beauty that our Creator gave to us. It will also encourage development in the farthest corners of our country. I would like, before closing, to bring up the subject of equality. Economic statistics show that although there has been a GDP growth for the past 23 years, the number of families living in the poverty line have increased up to 5 million families, or equivalent to 27.6 million Filipinos. This demonstrates that the benefit of growth have only accrued to the wealthy. It is particularly alarming, for example, to read a UN report which says, in April 2008, that poverty reduction in the Philippines has lagged behind from our neighbors such as Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam. These are countries which started with higher levels of poverty incidence than our country but have successfully managed to lessen the same. Whoever has himself elected or gets himself elected as the next president in 2010 will have a steep mountain to climb, which brings me back to my original question. What is wrong with us, and why do we always keep on shooting ourselves in the foot? Perhaps the answer can be found in an old African adage which says, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. Whoever wins, whoever gets to lead the country, let us pledge to work together and rally behind him or her. By working as a team, by going together, it is a certainty that we as a country and people will go farther. I pray, and as I stated at the beginning of my speech, that this will be our common commitment, and this will be the outcome and result of these fora, and of these activities, and of these debates. Sa muli, sa aming pakikinahok, sa ganitong uri ng pagpupulong, nasa isip at puso pa rin natin ang pumanaw nating dating Pangulo, at nasa isip at puso pa rin natin ang kanyang pamana sa atin at pinamana sa atin sa kanyang pagpanaw. Katatagan, katapanan, katapatan, at pagnanais na pagsilbihan lamang ang mas nakatataas na interes ng ating mga kababayan. Sa inyong lahat at sa lahat ng narito ngayon, sa muli isang maganda at pinagpalang umaga. Maraming salamat.